Hjerde here, so welcome to the Hjerde channel. I'm not look like super excited, but I'm actually cautiously excited. Because HTC Vive, after hiding for more than a year, came out with the tease for their next generation VR headset. There are some crazy leaks with it, and also some less exciting one, let's say. But that's not all, because Llama Ai is actually coming to our Quest devices, even being able to see it through our pass-through cameras, while even that pass-through got enhanced. So well, let's discover it together in this video. Let's get into it. Alright, here we are. Let's start with the HTC Vive stuff, shall we? Because it's been a while that we don't actually see anything from HTC. And this classic Vive that arrived out of nowhere with a tease on X and also a new video on YouTube to actually highlight what is gonna be their future virtual reality headsets coming apparently pretty soon. The details, of course, are pretty light, as always, but the name actually suggests a headset that's gonna go in competition with what is the Apple Vision Pro, for example, with the trailer actually saying dedicated people always found way to break down barriers and refine the human experience. Through extended reality, we set out to do the same. Yet everything you've seen has only been the start of something greater. Keep your eyes open, what's coming next will change the game for good. So yeah, they don't go very lightly on actually hyping this thing, and usually for past experience covering HTC Vive, well, they actually never delivered in the right way, at least on everything. And I really hope this is actually the first time. That's why I'm very excited, because I really want to see Vive to succeed from the very beginning. I love the company when it comes to VR, AR, MR, spatial computing, as you want to call it. But yeah, they also made the Cosmos, so we can't actually get to know much from this tease, besides the fact that it's gonna have two front-facing cameras, probably high-resolution pass-through for mixed reality. That is kind of a central part of the headsets nowadays. From what we're expecting from also previous announcements directly from Qualcomm, it seems like this is gonna actually run on the XR2 Gen 2 Plus chipset. That is the higher tier version that we're gonna see right now, even more powerful than the one on the MetaQuest 3. But we also had some leaks from, sadly, Bradley that actually show a different picture. But yeah, talking about the leaks, Brad is talking about dual pass-through cameras, color cameras of course, the same optics, displays, controllers as the Focus 3, so high-resolution LCD displays. I actually used many times the Focus 3 in different arcades. It still has an older generation frontal lenses, so the move feels a bit weird and odd, of course, but it's not the weirdest part, by the way. Because Brad also talks about the same XR2 Gen 1 chipset as the XR Elite, that goes though from 8 to 12 GB of RAM. 4 additional GB of RAM, but the same chipset that we have actually not on the Quest 3 but on the Quest 2. And this goes a bit in contrast with what we saw, by the way, with the Qualcomm announcements. So yeah, this is completely weird, but we also have the most exciting thing for me, and something that I'm waiting for and hoping that every VR headset manufacturer actually implements, and that's a USB Type-C with DisplayPort out mode. So the ability to connect our standalone headset to our PC and use it with the full resolution of the DisplayPort instead of going through the compression that we have now right now with technologies like Link or with the Visual Desktop. And that on the right headset will be an absolute game changer. We already had it once with the Pico 3, and that was my favorite feature, but we also had a bulkier design, older lenses, older displays, so not the best to have it on. Actually, it seems like there's gonna happen the same here with HTC, so fingers crossed. But yeah, the other details are built-in eye tracking, and that's absolutely fantastic, because finally we get these things, thanks Apple, and the same design of the Focus 4. So it's not gonna be a much different headset, at least in terms of aesthetic, but it's gonna have better functionalities in theory. And all of this, putting everything together, actually makes me think that this is not meant to be the actual Vision Pro competitor, the coming from Samsung and Google headset competitor with all these special functionalities, but it might actually be a return to basis for Vive with a new consumer headset to go actually in competition with the new Quest 3S that is gonna come later this year. Because yeah, they might cut costs using the same components of the Vive Focus 3 that anyway was a good headset, and adding some features like eye tracking and high resolution pass-through, and my favorite, the DisplayPort connection. Is that enough though to make it enticing to people? The price of this needs to be very low if this is happening, but I never expect a low price from HTC because it's not Meta, it's not, you know, gathering all the data, so they actually need to recoup the money directly from the hardware. So it feels a bit more complicated, but you know, a man can dream. But yeah, hopefully we're gonna get to know more soon. Are you expecting something for spatial computing or a new consumer gaming headset? Let me know. Let's keep going though, because Meta is actually implementing AI directly on our Quest devices. For now in the US and Canada starting in August. Unfortunately, this is not gonna happen yet in the European Union because there are many laws to actually protect privacy and something like that, and there's concerns about AI to start with. Anyway, Meta AI is the conversational AI assistant powered by Llama. There is an open source large language model, LLM, and it's actually already integrated in Messenger, WhatsApp, and also in the Ray-Ban glasses, with the ability to actually use the cameras to see what's around and tell you directly with the speakers. And the same functionality is actually arriving to the Meta Quest 3. That's gonna be able to use the pass-through camera to see around, and you can actually interact with your AI asking the things that you're looking at. The cool thing that they said that they're starting with the pass-through, so that means that in the future they are also gonna be able to actually ask things directly in game. So maybe you are in an Assassin's Creed and you see a monument, you wanna know more about it, you can ask it directly to AI, or you don't know how to get through a part of it, and maybe she or he can give you some help. And by the way, don't worry if you have the Quest 2 because it's gonna be available also there, but it's not gonna have the vision part because the pass-through cameras are not good enough, but instead it's gonna be just a, you know, voice assistant. And on top of that, the Meta AI will completely replace the voice commands that we have right now. Anyway, using the pass-through for Meta AI can be also a bit creepy, to be honest, but it might come to the Quest 3 just to have a preview of what's gonna be on the next generation AR glasses directly with Meta that Zuckerberg actually teased. I guess they need to train the model somehow. And we're here for them, I guess. Anyway, talking about pass-through, we actually have a big announcement of the Depth AI, that is the ability to actually create occlusion with our MR objects, you know, using our pass-through. We saw some demo in the past, it seemed like right now Meta actually improved it, not just be just better visually, we're not even close to what we have with the Vision Pro in terms of occlusion, but, you know, it's much better than before. Now the problem with that, it was pretty heavy, so we didn't actually see many applications using it. And the good news over here, it seems like they optimized it in a way that now is using 50% less computational power than it was doing before. So more apps will be able to implement it, everything in AR will start to feel more real, not just the first demo that we have on the Quest 3 when we put it on. To be honest, I think this is for immersion, this is a vital thing in MR. It's kind of weird not having it during our regular pass-through on the dashboard. I hope it's gonna be implemented, even in a rough state, to have something over there. But yeah, hopefully it's gonna get good enough to actually be everywhere and be used by every single application. But yeah, here we have it. I'm actually very excited for this new HTC headset. Hopefully it's something good. I'm trying not to do the error to actually hype something and be too excited for something, because then if that doesn't happen, it's just a big letdown, and I'm not ready for that. But hey, let me know, were you still interested in a Vive nowadays? Or it's too late. As always, guys, if you liked the video, like. If you didn't like it, dislike. Subscribe to the channel for more of Hjerde. If you really love the channel, join the button there. Later on further, also the Patreon. Thanks to the Patreons for joining the channel, of course. And I see you guys next video. It's super hot over here. Need to turn on the AC.